Iasu Malagizo. Interception. No, he caught it. Interception. No, he caught it. No, it's an interception. The Buffalo Bills. They just can't catch a break. I'm from Toronto. Can we get them as a football franchise finally, or no? Okay. Welcome to the Malaka podcast. Computer Love, Part 80.
I bet you're wondering why you should date Doug. Well, I'm one of a kind. I'm great. I'm somebody who will always open the car door for you and close it. I would I would open the door to a restaurant for you. How would it feel to be in love? Well, how would it feel to be in love is like, I would really, really, really like to know. For some reason, you have come into my life, and I will be your prince. I will be a loyal soldier for you, for your family, for all your friends. You will own my heart. You will not rent it. You will own it.
You're probably wondering why I played this clip. Ladies and gentlemen, I just found that on TikTok there. But you know what else you can find on TikTok? My Malaka podcast page. That's right, I'm on TikTok. That is until they kick me off for the third time, which means I'll probably be on there for the fourth time very soon. But just look up Malaka Podcast, or you can look up the Malaka Podcast 647, or you can go on YouTube at the Malaka Podcast 416, or it's at the Malaka Podcast 416. Just go on YouTube, just put in Malaka Podcast. You'll see me when I had hair. It's a whole thing. But anyways, the reason why I played that is because back in the day, that's what they used to do. I mean, we didn't have this beautiful thing called the internet fucking up everyone's lives. And, people would make VHS tapes, and again, I know it's a visual, a non-visual, it's a non-visual podcast, right? Yeah, I'm not set up for that. It's an audio podcast, and yeah, it's the way that sounded is basically the way it looks. Picture Ned Flanders from The Simpsons. Remember The Simpsons? Not before like they started sucking. Like before season 10. And picture him sort of the same sweater, same theme there, but basically he's on steroids, and he's not as friendly. I mean, he could be, but he seems way more awkward. But that was dating back in the 80s or possibly 90s. So, it was that bad. It was, and not all the things have changed. It's still pretty bad out there. I mean, guys, we go on a date, spend money. We're lucky enough to get a hug. Sometimes women, they, order for two, and, they bring their kid. That's actually happened to me. And again, I don't want to sound sexist, but, I'm sure it might happen to, women as well. I think there was a story out there where a woman, got stuck with the bill. The guy ran out, of the restaurant there, something about oysters, or I don't know. What's the point of ordering oysters if you're not gonna fuck after, right? I mean, because that makes you all horny and shit, and I don't know. Again, I don't know where I'm going with this, but the point is, it's still very bad out there, and clearly, if this is my 80th show, that's right. When I first started this, I just wanted to do a few, telling my stories, and but now because of my 3 listeners, I thank you for your support. I feel I should keep going with this. Why? Because I don't know. It's Sunday. There's nothing else to do. I'll be honest with you. It's like minus 15 outside. You know, might as well, right? So, of course, I'm going to share some of my stories or profiles I come across, and hey, let's see if we can both make sense of this because I got nothing. I stole that from a job once. The point is, I'm going to read out some stories and I don't know. Let me know what you guys think, huh? All right. So this one profile I came across, um, it doesn't show her face, nice cleavage, but no face. You never know. Um, Looning for fun, no bullshit. Okay, she forgot the K. That's okay. I'm very shy. Keep in mind, like, well, I mean, other than the spelling, looking for fun, no bullshit! Exclamation mark. I'm very shy! Exclamation mark. So you can't be that shy, right? If you're using two exclamation marks. I don't go out, but I'm willing to. Okay, she spelled T or two Too. Should be T. That's another thing, ladies and gentlemen. I always bring this up pretty much every computer love podcast I do. I, I mean, it's not that many sentences. Like, can you please proofread your shit? Again, I'm not the best speaker. We all know that. I'm not the best speller either, but I do know there's a little thing called spell check, and I'm going to assume most phones today have that, and it's pretty self-explanatory. I mean, but even still, if you're not sure what to use, just look it up. But okay, whatever. Busy during the week, but free weekends. Just know I don't have a lot. A lot is spelled one word. Believe me, for a while I didn't know that was two words either. I don't know. I'll let that one go. But when I do, dot, 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 this, this could be her name. I'm not sure. It's one of those names where it could be a guy or a girl. And let's be honest, in this day and age, we don't know if we're talking to a guy or a girl, wants fun. Okay, so judging by the city that she's in, she's probably bored. But the point is, a little simple thing like proofreading, making sure that I don't know, you show your face and just make sure that people can see you and make sure that you speak proper English and. I live in Toronto. I'm basically used to that by now. But a lot of people aren't, so they may want to, just look into it. But hey, that's okay. I mean, what do I know? What do I know? This one profile here. Again, she shows her face. Again, the cleavage seems to be the theme of the day. And then she just put the letters IDK, dot, 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 which stands for I don't know. You know what? That makes two of us. I don't know why I keep doing these. I really, I don't know. I'm losing faith in humanity. The dating scene is just absolutely horrible. I don't know if these, again, these could be prank profiles. People could be bored. I don't know. Speaking of bored, someone literally just put a picture of a duck holding a gun. So again, it's weird. It's, disturbing and a little funny. It looks like the Affleck duck, so maybe he... I don't know. He's still mad that he got fired. Rest in peace to Gilbert Godfrey. But yeah, another profile. They just put a simple gal into new in tennis. Wait, did I read that right? Wait, simple gal into new in tennis. Okay. / any tips for Japan trip for solo. Okay. And she has a picture of Madonna. Okay. I don't see. Can I just point this out, just for just one thing? Just bear with me. I get it. Like dating is tough out there. A lot of us don't care. We're kind of just doing it just because we're bored and we just want to see what's out there. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I get it. But again, I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know. Sorry, I usually edit out my burps. I don't think it matters at this point. The point is, yeah, I mean, if we can put in some effort, make sure it's you. I mean, it could be Madonna, you know, it could be. I mean, do you guys remember that Madonna offered Dennis Rodman like $20 million to have her kid? I mean, and he said no. Really? You said no? Okay. I that might have been more than he ever made on the Bulls, but okay. The point is, if you just try to take these profiles seriously, try to put some effort into it. Like it's not all a joke. Sometimes it is, but okay. What do I know? This one profile said, and in bold caps too, I owe everything to my creator, Jesus Christ. Okay. So again, if we can not bring like religious stuff into this, and I get it, there's things like J date and all that shit, and we could, we could figure it out. But all right. This is one profile. Looks a little interesting. In quotations, it says, "Last night you were unhinged. You were like some desperate howling demon. You frightened me. Do it again. Just your friendly neighborhood autistic." It's a name that probably goes with this profile. She's Morticia and she's looking for a Gomez. Okay. All right. Well, there's plenty of short guys out there with mustaches. I want to find my forever. I am not, in bold caps, your unicorn. Please stop. Unicorn hunters are the worst. So I'm assuming that means she's looking for something that doesn't exist, or I don't know. Clearly, she's never seen Harold and Kumar Escape from Guantanamo Bay, but I never liked that title. I don't know, because like the whole point of those movies is that they're like going somewhere. So the first one, Harold and Kumar going to White Castle. It should be like Harold and Kumar go to Amsterdam. I mean, overseas, that's what it's called too, right? So why am I talking about this? Again, like nobody listens. It doesn't matter. But the point is, this is what happens when you do online dating. Your mind just starts to wander, and nobody gives a shit. Oh, there's more. I am not, in bold caps, your dommy mommy. Dommy mom. Maybe people are looking for like a dominatrix with a mommy fetish. Holy shit. Quite the opposite. I'm firmly on the opposite side of the slash. Whatever that means. ENM is valid and I respect you for it, but it's not me. Okay, Mr. Google, we got some work to do. ENM standing for. Maybe she's a Slim Shady fan. No. ENM stands for ethnical non-monogamy, an umbrella term for romantic and sexual relations where all partners openly consist to having multiple connections, emphasizing honesty, consent, and communication rather than secretly or cheating. Okay, so an open relationship. Okay, just say that. That's all you got to say. Okay. All these technical terms. I mean, just get to the fucking point here. Please be from, where I'm from. That kind of makes sense. I can't do that far LDR. Okay, Google one more. LDR standing for LDR mostly commonly stands for long distance relationship. You can't just type that out, really? Okay. Referring to a romantic relationship where partners live far apart. But it can also mean light dependent resistor in electronics or lead development representative in sales, depending on the context. In this case, it might mean the second one. I'm not sure. But the point is, ladies and gentlemen, it sounds crazy what she's saying, but at the same time, it sort of makes sense. I mean, yeah, long distance, that never works, unless like two people are in a relationship, one of them is extremely lazy and one of them, just loves to drive. So, that's happened to me. I've told people, hey, lady, do you mind coming down to my area? We'll get an ice cream and whatever, and so it works sometimes, but sometimes it doesn't, and it puts a bit of a strain. But when it does, sex is good. But the point is, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, I don't know what the point is. This one profile said, hi, and what appears to be, I can't tell the emoji. It's either a cloud raining, or it could be a flying saucer, having one of those beams down, to suck up people. I don't know. I think either way, it's not going to be for a fun night. Could be. I don't know. So that's one movie where the guy got probed, and he said it was like a dream, and then they said it was based on a true story. I don't know. Maybe he was bored too. I'm an INFP and Gemini. Well, I know what a Gemini is. I just don't know what INFP standing for. All right. Okay. I would Google your paying for itself today. INFP stands for introverted, intuitive. For some reason, they put the N in intuitive for a capital letter. I don't know why. Feeling and perceiving. One of the 16 personality types from the Myers-Briggs Type Indicator, MBTI, often nicknamed the meteor or idealist for their compassionate, creative, value-driven, and imaginative nature, focusing on deep inner values and helping others. Okay, so what this translates to, this person maybe is a sucker. Is that what they're saying? Or I don't know. But you gotta make sure you don't fall for scams online. That's all I'm saying. I enjoy dancing. I love all kinds of music. I like reading memoirs and mystery mostly. Hanging out in nature is so refreshing. Why? That's stupid. Campfires, hikes, swimming, boating, farmers, markets, picnics, wildlife watching. Also, I enjoy the odd festival or concert. Into creative connections, love meeting fun and interesting people. I'm also kind of a nerd. No shit. Looking for friendships too. Okay. Yeah. All right. That's yeah, this person's a sucker. I'm not gonna lie. This person's got to watch out to not be scammed or whatever. But the point is just have your guard up when you're doing the whole online dating thing, because you never know. I don't know. You don't want to be taken for a sucker. This one profile said, I picked up dead bodies for the coroner's office and tell jokes on stage in my free time. Oh, fuck. No poly, no pronouns, please. You know what? I'm not even going to look up what poly means. You lost me at the dead. But the point is, again, honesty is the best policy. I'll give you that. it is good to be honest. It is really, really good. And sometimes it can be really refreshing. What's not refreshing is when your date kills you and, uh, or maybe works with dead bodies. I mean, I'm not judging anybody. You do what you got to do. You may not want to start off with that. Maybe she's, you know, maybe she's trying to be funny. It's cool. I get it, but, just get all the fucked up shit out of the way first. And that's cool. It's not really, but, it's okay. If you're into that. This next person's profile, I'm trying to, sorry, I just keep imagining, like all those, those plastic drums in Dahmer's apartment there. I'm a passionate Latin girl. You had me at Latin. Who is honest, funny, loyal, and with a big heart. I'm family oriented. I love to travel and beaches. My bigger dream is to have a beach house in the Caribbean. I enjoy all outdoors activities and I love dogs and more. LOL. Have questions? Just ask. Yes, I'm short. Who likes tall guys? Single dad, stay home with that little circle with the X, like a no smoking thing there. Ironically, she doesn't like short guys. She doesn't like really quiet people, Latin. Okay, I get it. And disorganized. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that means I'm never going to hear from this person because she sounds awesome. Okay, so, us tall, little chubby, bald guys, we tend to get a little love sometimes, but not really. It's, I don't know. It's lonely out there, but I would still rather date her than someone who, works with dead bodies all day. I mean, like my thing would be like, do they like how often do you wash your hands? Or are you just one of these people that'll, be over a dead body and still finish a sandwich? Work through your lunch. You know what I mean? Just I don't know. But the point is, I mean, this person could be real. I don't know. Who knows? But the point is, always talk to someone, make sure what they're about, and blah 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 blah, and that's it. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'll give you, I think it's a pretty good story and something you should always watch out for. And I think some people are just again once once again they're bored and they just got nothing else to do, and they should really straighten out their lives first before they go do the whole online dating thing. But you know, uh, just putting that out there. So I talked to this one woman. Hey, hi, how are you? I'm good. How are you? I'm like, after all this shit, decent. Uh, how's the site treating you? It's treating you. It's treating me rough. I'm not complicated. My situation is now. Keep in mind, she said the word complicated, or it's not complicated. So I just want you to keep that in mind before I read all this. So here goes. Get ready. It's hard to find a, in quotes, friend who is understanding of what I'm going through and still want to talk when I'm done telling my story. So, of course, I'm like, I text her back, oh, this will be good. And I'm like, explain, and, she says, I got into some trouble a long, long time ago. I'm dealing with some legal matters and currently connected to an ankle monitor. Don't judge, you don't know me. I mean, in my head, I'm like, that's true, but I'd like to. I get bored too. And I said, yeah, of course, no worries. What did you do? And why can't you leave the house, Miss Criminal? I can leave my house. I didn't do what they charged me with. If I had $1 for every, never mind. I'm in the bracelet because I'm on appeal. I stay in, certain cities because I don't want to say the cities. It just, it is what it is. You know, I'm sure those cities are fine. What? And then I'm like, okay, what did you not do? What they said you did? And then she said, second degree. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I don't think she's talking about the university. So I said, you mean murder? And I said, uh-oh. And she didn't say anything for a while. So I just sent like a question mark after like a day or something because I just, I got to know. And then she said, yes, it's a long story. I spent 7.5 years in prison before I was released on bail. I am guilty of a crime, but not that one. And I said, well, I'm all ears. But then after that, I said, I'm sorry, because I'm just, I'm confused. So you're guilty of second degree murder, but you spent 7.5 years in jail for a crime you didn't commit, what? And then she said, just because they find you guilty doesn't mean you're guilty. That's true. That's true. Kind of the, I guess kind of like a reverse OJ, maybe. Okay. I'm sure everyone says it, but I had no involvement to that degree. My boyfriend at the time stabbed my uncle to death. I was involved in the sense, in the sense that we had gone to my uncle's for a fight. My boyfriend took a knife without my knowledge, and I believe had a plan to hurt my uncle severely. The appeal process is not quick, so I sat until my day came up in court. I've been out on bail pending appeal since, whatever. And of course, I made the OJ joke before, but I had to do it to her. I said the OJ defense, LOL. Wow, I'm sorry. So, a little joke, but a little, I really regret online dating. Anyways, and she goes, I'm sorry too. Picking up the pieces has been just about impossible and almost feel defeated. Finding love after all this has been challenging. No shit. And then I said, I would think so. Why did your ex go after your uncle? There was a feuding beef between all of us for days. Why he took it that far, I'm really not sure. Okay. Yeah, you might want to remember that in court. What was the beef about? Did you ever ask him? And then she said, I can't get into details. Yeah, I mean, I know the irony, right? Nor do I want to. Never should have happened. That's about all I can say. I think you said more. He's doing his time. Also, I just want to point out, I'm just talking to her, like, we haven't exchanged numbers, not that I want to. But then again, there's a part of me that would, there's got to be more to the story. But anyways, he's doing his time, and I'm trying to resolve mine. I said, okay, and it kind of as a joke, I just texted her. I said, you're pretty gangster. So anything else or priors or she found that funny. That's good. No, nothing. I said, okay. Now that you know some of my deepest parts of my life, you know what? Now I read that back. Some. I mean, is there more deeper, darker shit than this? Really? I mean, now I might have to get her number just for stories. She said, "How about you?" And then in my head, I'm like, well, like I can't fucking top this. I just do a shitty podcast, And then I said, okay, just ask away, Bonnie. Referring to Bonnie and Clyde, and she got the reference to it. It's she might be part of a murder, but other than that, she's funny, right? what's your story? Give me something intriguing, And I said, just, ask me anything. I like describing myself. I don't want to, I don't do like you and, paint myself in a corner. But, I said, or just ask me. And I left my number and I said, well, I tried. And then she said, sorry, rough day. My son's father passed away last night. I've been in or on and off the phone all day. Sorry to hear that. Now, again, in my head, I'm thinking, is this the ex? Like, did he die in jail? Or I have no idea. I don't know. I don't want to go to court one day for this either. So I'm just going to, fuck it. And then she said, thanks. Can I get back to you tomorrow? I'm pretty drained. I'm like, yeah, no worries. I'm, again, sorry for your loss, And then, she's like, good afternoon. Do you have this? Do you have that? Blah, 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 blah. And then I answer all her questions. She's like, okay, perfect. She's like, I don't know what she's trying to say here. She said sorry for a second. I didn't get the thing there, and but then she said I have lots of children and 5 grandbabies. I'm like, okay, so she's keeping herself busy, and then I think she said she had 6 kids, which I don't know how that's even possible with all these court dates coming up. Most are grown and doing their own thing. Okay, I don't know. I'm remembering that like scene in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood where Brad Pitt goes to Charles Manson's camp there and sees all the kids and they're kind of just waiting there for the next mission. Just okay. So I said, we're going to ignore the text comments. You're not going to text me. And I always hate it when people do that, like just say, if you want to text me, cool. If not, just say that, So I said, so you've been charged with attempted murder. You have 6 kids. And then kind of as a joke, but I guess more frustration maybe, I said, is there anything that's positive in your life? And then she goes, whoa, okay. I didn't text you because I wanted to know more. My tragedies do not define who I am, nor does my past. Okay. I'm whatever age, and I'm trying to start over from scratch. Good luck. I think I know where this is going, and that's exactly why I don't text people. And I told her, look, I'm pretty sure you just contradicted yourself, and you're trying to flip it like I'm the bad guy for some reason. I'm not the one, with something on their ankle, so I don't have to leave my lawn. So I said, a nice try. Don't do that, whatever. And then I ended it with, you want to take another stab at it? So, yeah, it's, I think she disappeared after that, Then after I said, well, I tried, LOL, so. Well, ladies and gentlemen, what did we learn today? Building a good profile is important. It's important to establish, what you're looking for. And I'm almost positive, again, I'm just throwing this out there. If you have 6 kids and you can't leave the house because you have an ankle bracelet, and if you're more than likely involved with second-degree murder, you might want to get your shit together before you pursue, online dating. On this side, though, this has been a murder-free podcast. Holy shit, 80 of these, huh? Holy fuck. So this has been, another exciting yet scary episode of Computer Love, part 80.
Ladies. Come one step closer and I will knock his teeth out.